This morning on The Dish, a return visit from Missy Robbins. She runs two of the best Italian restaurants in the world and has put together a beautiful new book, Pasta, based on her travels and recipes. For Robbins, the past few years in particular have been a roller coaster, professionally and personally. We talked about all of it and sampled more than you can count during our visit with her.
We really set out to make something that would feel timeless.
Missy Robbins grew up an ocean away from the focus of her new book, Pasta, the spirit and craft of Italy's greatest food. A Jewish girl raised in a kosher household in Connecticut. She took a transformational trip to Italy in her 20s. After serving as an executive chef in Chicago and New York, she opened her first restaurant, Lilia, in Brooklyn in 2016. That was followed 2 years later by Missy. At both spots, dough turns into art.
You list 45 different pasta shapes in the book. And that, if I'm understanding this correctly, is just scratching the surface?
Totally. I mean, there are thousands of pasta shapes. And also they get intertwined with different names. I mean, there are 400 things that are called ravioli alone. There's 400 things, my tortelli looks totally different than my neighbor's tortelli.
One of the big things you talk about in the book, everybody I think knows that making fresh pasta can be challenging and laborious. Cooking pasta is challenging as well.
Oh yeah.
If done the right way.
Yes, there's not just like boiling the pasta. It's like, how is your water salted? Is it salted enough? Never, ever put oil in your water. Please don't ever put oil on your water because you'll never be able to get to the next point, which is marriage. And the marriage ceremony, which is really kind of it. So you always want to finish your pasta in the sauce.
And don't drain the water?
Never drain the water.
Why?
So when you cook pasta in water, some of that starch comes out, and that becomes part of the sauce. Pasta water is key. It's an ingredient.
Just one of the many lessons Robbins shares from a career and life that in the past several years has seen both her greatest triumphs and her biggest challenges. She was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2017. Now recovered, she also totally changed her lifestyle in her 40s.
You've talked openly, you've written about this, you've talked about it, about your struggles with weight.
Yeah, I was 40 plus pounds more than I am today. And I was unhealthy. Like, I wasn't breathing correctly. I just didn't feel good. And it's not healthy. And it's really like no other kind of addictive behavior. My vice has always been food, ironically. I had really bad sort of tasting habits in the kitchen.
Her new diet does include, yes, less pasta, which doesn't mean dish segments can't be occasional splurge opportunities.
Okay, so I'm going to start with veg.
Yep.
Grilled broccoli, sharp provolone, garlic breadcrumbs.
That was followed by beans and grilled escarole, leeks with anchovy vinaigrette, parsley, and pistachio, and artichokes, braised and grilled, topped with mint salsa verde.
I used to love artichokes when I was a kid.
So these are first cooked in olive oil and wine and a lot of aromatics, and then they're grilled when you order them.
The salsa's amazing. And the mint's so fresh.
You're going to eat every single thing?
Why not?
That's amazing. Do you want a little plate? No, I want you to.
Which was good, because we were just getting started. Next was whipped ricotta on grilled sourdough, served with roasted mushrooms preserved in olive oil.
This looks like it could change your life.
It doesn't matter what I put with it. People are not ordering it because of the vegetable. They're ordering it because of that.
100%.
And it's like the most Instagram dish I've ever seen.
Wow.
Moving on to pasta, we have tortelli. This is a spinach and mascarpone filled pasta, finished with brown butter.
There was also mezze rigatoni with her signature 30 clove sauce, chickpea pappardelle with rosemary, parmesan, and lemon, bucatini with nduja, and gnocchi sardi, or malloretus, with a fennel, saffron, and pork sausage sauce.
And this is another pasta shape, though, that we talked about. Where, like,
Yeah.
not a lot of
Each
people
one
know.
of
It's
those-
similar to other ones, but not.
Each one of those is done by hand on a little board. Every single one.
Each one of these.
That is not done by a machine. That is done by a human.
Their work is worth it.
Wow, that smile. I think we just found your favorite.
I think that is my favorite.
My favorite too.
While you won't find it listed on the menu, the only entree available at Missy is bistecca fiorentina. It's marinated in garlic and rosemary and finished with olive oil, lemon, and fennel pollen. All that was followed by a presentation of 7 different kinds of gelato, one featuring olive oil.
Olive oil ice cream.
Yes.
Gelato. Excuse me.
We also had chocolate chip, pistachio, espresso, fior di latte, and hazelnuts. Though for me, it was all about the mint chocolate chip.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Fresh mint.
Oh, my gosh. This is novel and really cool, but that's my favorite.
All right, we'll keep going.
We did. Our feast was accompanied by a cocktail that's become one of Robin's specialties.
What is this?
This is the Missy Spritz.
This is the Missy Spritz.
Yes.
To pasta.
Thank you so much for having me. Are you going to try the steak?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I did.
Thank you, Jeff. That
I
was
did try it.
I'm going
Yeah.
to Brooklyn today.
I did.
Oh
There
my
you go.
God. 7 gelatos.
7 gelato and the steak
And
all
the
the
steak.
pasta. Her veggies are great.
What was bleeped out? What did you say?
Yeah.
Well,
We'd have to bleep it out right now.
I let the crew know that I was interested in eating
Yes.
some of the food. I mean,
How dare you forget it? That was beautiful.
In a direct way. We have some of the whipped ricotta
Okay,
here.
here we
If
go.
you guys want to sample?
Yeah.
which is-
Yeah. And then I'll go get the gelato.
Whoa. Once again, getting it. And then you can't.
What did you say?
Then you can't
What did I
talk.
say?
Yeah.
And some pasta, but some good tips, right? You learned your tips.
Without a doubt.
Well,
And
listen,
handmade.
this is delicious.